he retains control over his sons, both of whom are close in age but very different in appearance. The first son, William Randall, is tall and broad-shouldered, with a small disproportionate, sorry, I thought I was going to say disappropriate, head. The younger brother, Melvin Randall, is a somewhat weaker constitution, and is as skinny as a rake. The gang is wanted not only for their frequent thefts and break-ins, but for the exceptionally brutal pirate career they enjoyed before returning to England. Be alert, and may your valuables stay safe.
The description of the Randall gang provided by Lady Brackenstall is identical to the one in the Times article.
She's lying. It's not bad that she's lying. I honestly... Okay. I'm not trying to jump to conclusions. But I think she might have killed her husband in a fight.
Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
Certainly, sir.
No, I'm surprised they didn't go the way of what LA Noire did with their facial capture and everything. I don't know the actual budget of this game, but I'm saying, like, with LA Noire, like, right here, this would be the perfect example. If you could see twitchy eye movements, that could denote them being nervous or them avoiding your stare, which could indicate them lying or just them nervous. Blood. Why can't I? That's clearly blood. Oh, that's why. That's coffee. But I am sorry, that is not coffee. That is too dark for coffee. That is blood.
As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
I think, well, She could be lying to aid her mistress.
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
Okay, if she's guilty, I'm not blaming her because abusive relationships and all. And it was even more difficult back then to get marriages. Scratches.
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame.
Marriages like,
A trapper's...
like basically get a divorce.
This is Sir Eustace's safe. Inside, I must
Lock
ask
pick?
Lady Brackenstall to open it.
I wanted to pick the lock.
This photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa was taken at a port, but which one?
Rock of Gibraltar. Adelaide?
So the lady and her maid came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship.
Don't mind me, I'm just stealing your picture. Oh yes, we have two new character portraits. We'll go with the maid first. Teresa is very attached to her mistress and has known her for a considerable time. She is the only resident servant at the Abbey Grange. Cooking for, cooking for, serving, and nursing Lady Brackenstall, she would not hesitate to protect her in the event of any trouble. That's why I'm thinking that she's in on it. She's trying to protect her in this situation. Lady Brackenstall, not quite 25, is from a wealthy Australian family. She has been married for a little more than a year. She has, in all probability, suffered physical violence over the course of the last fortnight. The lady lives in solitary lifestyle, seldom venturing outside. So she's a shut-in? Hmm. Safe,
Lady
madam.
Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it. Your ladyship?
Or perhaps he was keeping her
Let us
as
try to open this safe.
a
This
possession.
safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate. It is set to the correct number.
Hmm. There we go.
It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal. Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without care.
So he either didn't know the value of them, or he just didn't care about them. Sir Eustace, your current physical and mental state is of great concern. There are several signs of a heptic decompensation. Last time that we met, your eyes were bloodshot and your skin was tinged with yellow. There is a particular odor from your breath that is common in those suffering with liver damage. Then there is the lung abscences that we have discussed. The leg cramps you have described to me are caused by an alteration? I'm not a doctor. Of the nervous system, which in turn is caused by an excess of alcohol. That includes the tremors. Your liver. That includes the tremor. That's an odd place for a sentence. Stop. Your liver seemed excessively hard at the time of your examination, which is a sign of an involving cirrhosis. There are also signs of cystis. Cysts? Oh God. Once again, not a doctor. Fluid in the per. They are really challenging me today. Peritonia cavity, which are evident with your swollen stomach. The pain beneath your left rib indicates a pancreatic malady, which may lead to your fatal and fulminate pancreatitis. Your condition may pose a risk to others. Your excessive alcohol consumption lowers your self-control and heightens your aggression. I am available to help you with this problem. There are a number of treatment options. Hmm. Talk to you,
What
but
a horrible thing to have
how
happened.
about you? Figure the wife would know more about the medical issues than
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behaviour.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead, but a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was specially hard for her.
Okay. What if she didn't kill him? What if she did? Oops, I got one. Lady Brackenstall married Sir Eustace shortly after returning to England, in England, and remained at home during the time. There is little possibility that she or her maid are acquainted with anyone in the country. Lady is acquainted with someone from the Rock of Gibraltar. That seems possible for the simplest reason. Once again, we're in the time where there's trains and carriages, but no air travel, except for possibly hot air balloons. You're on a ship for months on end, you're gonna get to know people. So maybe with the sailor? I could be wrong about that, because... Oh, wrong one. That leads outside, but I don't want to go outside. I want to go view the body.
You should examine the body of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
Plan to. First. Oh, I thought that was... The light that it was casting was odd.
These wine bottles are expensive and mostly from France. A bottle of wine is missing here. This candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that it was not also stolen.
That could be... simply because someone brought it in after the fact?
An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents. The criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware. The hunting scene. A deer hunt. This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms. Apparently the criminals did not venture there. Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers. We need a scent hound to follow their trail. I will take it with me. This is the chair that Lady Brackenstall was tied to.
Form analysis and dialogue. What are we looking at?
It appears that the bell rope